Local volunteers in Mexico share their experience at Tzu Chi Free Clinic's closing ceremony. We'll look at how soil and water conservation laws can better enhance Taiwan's forestry management. Welcome to DaAi Headlines. I'm Siri Su. Thank you for joining us. At the two-day free clinic held by Tzu Chi in Jojutla, Mexico, people from all different parts of the world came to help. In addition, more than 170 local volunteers also did their part to make the event go smoothly. On the day of the closing ceremony, the participants and volunteers shared their experiences.
I have a video here from the first distribution, in which we were all seated. Prince Martin was speaking, and now we can enjoy his sharing.
Me dijeron que necesitaban intérpretes.
Porque yo siempre he dicho, los límites no están en el físico, están en tu mente.
In the past few days, I have had a fabulous experience. It was a rare opportunity because I realized I had a chance to help others, even though I have physical limitations, but it didn't stop me from supporting other people.
I'm not selfish. I do it for others.
I have been in Tzu Chi for more than 25 years. I still feel very touched, and also I can see the hope, because young people in Mexico are really getting the point.
You can feel love from everyone here, from the doctors to the volunteers. Even though you are tired, you forget about it all, because you know you are doing something meaningful.
Many people think that having physical limitations means that you are only entitled to receive help. This is not true. With what little we have, we can still help people in need. It's a gift that fills your heart and soul. I feel really happy because I'd rather give than receive.
Aunque todavía se me es muy difícil, las pérdidas que yo tuve.
I know it is just a temporary farewell, because they will come back again, which has always surprises me. We thank them for everything they have done for us. All the volunteers made us feel very special.
La labor de Tzu Chi aquí, pues yo te puedo decir que es muy grande.
I can tell you that Tzu Chi's work here is extraordinary, and their efforts will not be forgotten. The effects will be even greater because people now believe in Tzu Chi. People know Tzu Chi will continuously come back to help.
Team Northern Taiwan chapter went to New Taipei City, Sanji and Shimen to provide free medical services. In addition to caring for the patient's health, the medical team also ensured their mental health.
Following the footsteps of volunteers, TIMA members once again visit Miss Liu Tang Jin-mei. The senior is weak and bedridden. Her son always cares for her attentively. This time, the volunteers also brought a special gift.
We bought a cake and brought it here to celebrate Mother's Day with your son.
Tzu Chi regularly hosts free clinics in Sanji and Shimen to care for seniors' health as well as look after their mental health. The doctor is measuring Miss Shi's blood pressure.
Her blood pressure is over 200, but the problem is that she refuses to take medicine. Even though every doctor comes to give her medicine, she still refuses to take it. We don't know when things will happen to her, so it's always better that there is someone coming to visit her.
Worried that the senior does not take their advice, the medical team reminds her over and over again before they leave.
An uncontrollable factory fire took away 5 firefighters' lives. As a firefighter, the occupation is always full of challenges. Doctors remind us that when dealing with high-stress situations, it is very easy to develop post-traumatic stress disorder. The best way to combat PTSD is to have an open communication between colleagues and exercise to de-stress.
Firefighters put their lives on the line in order to save others. When the danger is gone, it is not always a happy ending.
We see many life and death situations, but deep down inside, I still feel affected by them.
Those fallen brothers, our working schedule and habits are all the same. Don't even talk about ourselves, but our families worry the most.
For many firefighters, due to intensity of the job, many will develop post-traumatic stress disorder, or PTSD.
There will be flashbacks of that event, causing sleep problems and even sensory overload symptoms, such as hearing a loud noise and having an over-the-top reaction to it.
When one is suffering for over a month from constant negative thoughts, flashbacks of disaster scenes, or easily startled, this is a red flag for PTSD. Fongyuan Taizong Fire Bureau Co-Team Captain Lai Wenquan has been serving as a firefighter for nearly 30 years. He deeply understands the pain of losing a fellow firefighter brother.
I was present at the Taipei Liufu building fire. We lost 3 firefighter brothers that day. Whenever I have time, I always sit down with the younger firefighters and mentor them on serious situations and subjects like this.
Every time there's a mission, firefighters always give 100%. When they get back, the most important thing is letting negativity go and talk to one another.
When there is a very close-knitted relationship, it really helps in recovering from tough situations.
I really think after exercising, my mood gets dramatically better and more relaxed.
Exercising can help de-stress and get rid of those negative thoughts. This is a good way to get a kickstart for the next mission.
In the aftermath of the fire at Qingpu Industrial in Taoyuan, Taiwan, Tzu Chi volunteers have been comforting the fallen firefighters' families at the funeral homes. The fire at Qingpu Industrial has taken the lives of 5 firefighters. Among them, the 44-year-old team captain Li Hanling has 2 sons. Despite the tragedy, they're both determined to become both a policeman and firefighter themselves. Their father's death has not affected their decisions.
I feel happy for him because he died doing what he loved. He sacrificed his life by saving others. My older brother and I want to study in Taiwan Police Academy. Our father has always encouraged us to do so.
Currently, 2 firefighters are still in critical conditions. 22-year-old Lin Weixi was trapped inside a fire for 5 hours. After emergency treatment, he's relying on ECMO and is still unconscious.
Currently, his breathing, heartbeat, kidneys, heart, and liver functions look stable. We are not sure how long he has suffered from oxygen deficiency.
President Tsai Ing-wen and Premier Lai Ching-te has gone to Zhongli Funeral Home to pay their condolences to the families. Taoyuan Mayor Zheng Wen-can has promised to investigate into the cause of the fire.
The duty of the firefighters is to save lives, but their safety is our priority. We need to make reforms to ensure the safety of the firefighters.
Inside the funeral home, Tzu Chi volunteers take turns to accompany the families, easing their pain.
We simply listen to them. If we ask questions, they might feel sad again. This is the main focus of our companionship and care.
As the volunteers accompany the family through this very difficult time, it is also very important to prevent such tragedies from happening again. The Central Taiwan TIMA chapter conducts a monthly free clinic. This April has 5 weeks, so there's an extra weekend for the TIMA members to utilize their time to take a class to refresh their CPR skills.
All the people practicing CPR are all medical professionals. Many of them have already learned CPR skills 10+ years ago.
When you have actual hands-on practice, it will always be useful when the real situation arises. It definitely helps to refresh our muscle memory.
Ongoing education is key to being a well-rounded and up-to-date medical professional. That is why all of them are very eager to be students.
Life exists between each breath that we take. So when someone stops breathing, it is only seconds before the shutting down process starts. This is why this type of ongoing training is so crucial.
The Central Taiwan TIMA chapter conducts a monthly free clinic. Doesn't matter rain or shine, TIMA members seize every opportunity to learn, even when it is their day off.
The point is to advance their knowledge and skills, because CPR needs to be practiced on a regular basis. This is the only way to create muscle memory in your arms and hands.
This class was to refresh what we already learned, because without actual continuous practice, we'll slowly lose our touch in this learned skill. This is why it is so important to continuously practice our CPR skills.
If it must be done, then it should be done both accurately and skillfully. TIMA medical professionals are all not only very skilled in their respective specialties, but always eager to learn to better themselves for those who are in need.
past few years, Taiwan's mountainous regions have faced a lot of illegal development. The large number of cases is taking a toll on frontline staff. Now prosecutors are hoping to amend laws to better enact soil and water conservation laws.
Today, frontline staff from the Soil and Water Conservation Unit in Kaohsiung conducts a spot check. Going past this metal fence as the hill in front of him is just a pile of rocks and dirt as all of the trees have been cleared.
This is Kaohsiung's Renwu district. In this shallow mountainous area is where some illegal exploitation has taken place. The situation is very serious, as the gap is as high as 50 meters, as the whole site has been hollowed out. The earth and rock are also quite soft, which can cause serious disaster in the future.
You can see that on this slope the earth is loose. In fact, there isn't a lot of rain, and it still comes down like this.
Searching for clear-cutting and deforestation is part of the job of these inspectors who believe that the situation is becoming more desperate. This inspector frankly says that if no one reports such cases, then these cases will be very difficult to investigate.
In many cities and counties, there's a high turnover for those working in soil and water conservation. Will I give up this work? I believe that someone still needs to do this job.
Mountainous areas near cities which have convenient transportation and are less than 1,000 meters in elevation are very profitable for illegal development. Also, heavy political pressure makes investigation difficult.
Managing these areas is difficult because of government manpower and funding. This is all quite limited as you have to manage a large number of violations.
The problem is that the investigation is often not easy, and even if illegal evidence is discovered and sent to the court, the final judgment is often quite light.
You can see this large case where there's a 50-meter difference in height. Do you want to restore this, and what type of criminal responsibility can be assigned? After going to the prosecutor's office, we work quite hard and mobilize so much manpower to collect evidence, and then after going to court for litigation, they may be sentenced to less than 6 months.
Of course, when soil erosion occurs, there is a little difficulty in established proof. We have some agencies investigating, and some cases have gone to the High Court and trialed as crimes. There have been court decisions made, so everyone should be rest assured that justice will be served.
However, this still doesn't answer the question of why Taiwan's forests are collapsing. Coming to Hsinchu's Jianshi, this is one of the newest illegal development areas where we see land preparation taking place. This area has been developed into a camping area, which are starting to spring up on many mountaintops.
Right now, I'm managing illegal development of agricultural land in violation of the regional planning laws. Every other 2 months, I will charge one penalty for $2,000, and the next time it will increase by 20%, and then another 20%, and then another 20%. These conservative penalties will include a cut in water and electricity and demolition.
However, no matter how hard they investigate, it is still hard to catch up with the pace of illegal development. Because of current laws and regulations, gradient more than 28 degrees is suitable only for forest land and not suitable for agriculture or pasture. For this reason, some have changed the topography of these original hillsides so they can be suitable for farming and animal husbandry, thereby allowing farmhouses to be legally built. Also, the price of the land can soon double.
This is not the same as the previous type of crime. Now that it has been leveled, it can be a big field or a parking lot, or they can plant any type of tree they want. What this means is that many of Taiwan's native species are being lost and destroyed.
This type of game is undoubtedly a gold mine for the developers.
The fines over 6 months is about $30 a day, and it could add up to $6,000. But for developers, this isn't a lot of money.
At the moment, there isn't enough staff to investigate all of the cases and collect evidence. Some believe that the penalties are too light, meaning that many businesses are not afraid of punishment. After one hill has been dug up, yet another case appears. Because of this, at the end of last year, prosecutors tried to put forward an amendment to soil and water conservation laws.
We have drafted a soil and water conservation amendment which targets hillsides, and we hope that it can help conserve outland.
I hope that the Soil Conservation Act or Hillside Conservation Act can be punished with enough penalties so they won't find it profitable.
Many are looking for shallow mountains for profit, meaning that human greed is leading to the destruction of our environment. For the moment, a number of people are still trying to reverse this trend, as they want to bring ethics back into development and protect the true spirit of the earth.
Tzu Chi Foundation hosted the second National Compassion and Tech Innovation Competition, hoping students can infuse their creativity with compassion.
The disaster relief spot has all kinds of hidden danger, and the anti-punctures insole can protect volunteers' feet from getting hurt. The Compassion and Technology Innovation Competition hosts an introduction seminar, and the video shared by DaAi Technology impresses the students.
If we have the heart to help others and the ability to do so, then we should put our effort into this. This is the point that makes me feel deeply for this competition, makes me feel I'm doing something for others.
Just like the work from the nursing department of Tzu Chi University of Technology and Science, a little creativity can help them to take care of the patients better. Any current college students can sign up to participate. The only special requirement is that the material used must be environmental friendly, and there are also chances to cooperate with DaAi Technology.
Through DaAi Technology, we can offer cooperation to fulfill the students' dream.
It's very rare to have a competition that centers on the concept of environmental protection. And we hope through this competition, we can put Tzu Chi's 5R environmental protection concepts into their life and work in all aspects of their daily life.
The unlimited creativity comes from a compassionate heart. Through their work, we can see humanistic care, which makes the innovation technology to be more meaningful and valuable.
In Taiwan, 63-year-old Wu Jinrong grew up in an impoverished family, and she was unable to attend school. She went to a supplementary school to study in her 20s and became a Buddhist nun when she was 40. It was until she reached the age of 60 did she start to study again.
我从小都有一个心愿，就是要读书。
Practicing writing diligently, she is Wu Jinrong, who had a stroke when she was 60. Despite her health issues, she struggles to study.
My parents have 7 children. They lived a very difficult life because they could not afford to raise us.
生活很难过。
Born in an impoverished family, Miss Wu was unable to attend school, and she got married at the age of 18. Even though in her 20s, she came along with her children to attend elementary school for 3 years, she was still illiterate. At the age of 40, she became a Buddhist nun. Although she was unable to read sutras, she did not forget her wish of pursuing education.
If I don't study, I won't be as civilized, and I won't be able to keep up with others. At least we should be able to sign our names.
In the past 3 years, Wu Jinrong had been working hard to do rehabilitation in the daytime, and she rode her scooter to school at night. Seeing that she studies very hard, her classmates are also willing to slow down their pace and let her catch up.
The spirit of mutual support allows her to persevere with her study. Her will is something that I admire the most.
Her classmates even chose her as a model student in her class. Wu Jinrong received the certificates of model students, and she successfully graduated this year.
Tzu Chi volunteers in Taichung, Taiwan have visited many schools to promote filial piety. A filial piety award ceremony was held in the Shenggang Elementary School.
5th grader Wang Huishen has been cared for by his great-grandmother since he was only 2 months old. He lives with his great-grandmother and takes the responsibility to do the laundry, hang up clothes, and sweep floors.
After I told him where needed to be cleaned, he would go directly to sweep the floor.
My great-grandmother has mobility issues, so I'm supposed to take care of her. My mother has to work, so this is my duty.
3rd grader Huang Yilin is also a good helper for her grandfather. After getting up in the morning, she helps her grandfather prepare for his business and takes care of her younger brother.
When he coughs, I'll go upstairs to prepare a cup of tea for him to drink.
The Shenggang Elementary School has selected 38 students as winners of the Filial Piety Award.
If your own expectations matches up with what other people expect from you, then in fact what you are doing is what everyone hopes for.
We mainly want to make our society more harmonious and to promote filial piety.
Tzu Chi volunteers deliver certificates to praise and support the children's filial piety. The volunteers hope that the children have learned to be grateful and contribute their parts to society.
A middle school in Malaysia has incorporated Tzu Chi's humanistic culture education into their curriculum for the students who are preparing to retake their language exams. The school has invited Tzu Chi volunteers to come in once a month to teach the students about humanistic culture.
Tzu Chi volunteers went into the Kepang Baru Middle School to teach the 60 students on humanistic culture.
The school wishes that we could be long-term volunteers, not just go in and out. They really want a group of people that really care about the children and will be there for them throughout the months. So that is why we have organized a ratio of 1 team leader to 8 students. They will interact with the children and get to know each one of them. We hope that a strong bond can be created, where the children can open up to us if they have any worries or life problems.
The school has incorporated Tzu Chi's humanistic culture education into their curriculum, where Tzu Chi volunteers go in once a month to teach a 1-hour class in hopes to cultivate proper values in the children.
We hope that they can incorporate what they have learned here into their daily lives. We use many celebrities or well-known people as a way to stimulate their learning, so they can see that even these celebrities or their idols can control certain habitual tendencies, then they are capable too.
I learned that I need to have manners and respect others, even strangers. I need to help those who are in need.
8 months of humanistic culture education is just the beginning between the long-lasting relationships that the Tzu Chi volunteers have created with each and every one of these students.
Sri Lanka Tzu Chi volunteers hosted the first charity fundraiser. Volunteers from Singapore provided second-hand clothes to participate in it.
There are beautiful clothes as well as useful items. Sri Lanka Tzu Chi volunteers are hosting their first charity fundraiser. Samanti, who was paralyzed after a car accident, is selling her handmade cars to support the event.
The only thing I can't do is standing up, but I want to help people who had been through an accident like me to walk out of their difficulties.
Other than local volunteers, Singapore Tzu Chi volunteers also bring items to sell from overseas. There are also recycled electronic products to sell. Children even go on the street to promote the event and invite everyone to be part of the good cause. April is the month to celebrate New Year on Sri Lanka calendar. Hence, many people come to purchase festive items while doing good deeds in the same time. All the income from the fundraiser will be donated to the charity fund.
At Tzu Chi Suzhou grounds, a group of volunteers have leveled the ground of an empty lot. They'll become an ecological park. We'll leave you with these images at the end of our program. Thank you for joining us. Goodbye.